You already know what it is.
We know what it ain't. We damn sure know what it ain't. It ain't a duck. God damn.
Hey, you already know what it is. You already know what to do. Sometimes we got to do it. Let's just go ahead and start the damn show. Well, that was embarrassing. One time for the fan. It's sometimes you gotta.
I can't do shit but laugh, bro.
You gotta do these shows, you gotta do these podcasts, and you go through the weekend and you get to the day, and then shit like this happens. But we'll get to that. I'm sure a lot of Falcon fans are gonna join in tonight. Is gonna get to that too as well. Bodie, outside of the game, let's just go back to last time we talked. How was Thanksgiving? How was your week, your weekend? Everything leading up to the game. How was everything, bro? Chasing
the cat. You just wish your hair could look this good, Chase. Just go up and saddle back in on your horse back in Baxley, Georgia. Great. Up until the game, everything was cool. Thanksgiving was magnificent. Spending time with family, going on a little road trip, a little vacay. Can't complain, man. Everything was good up until about 4 o'clock today.
Got a chance to see them dogs over the weekend?
Oh yeah, that was great. I had no doubt they'll do that. And LSU laid an egg. Hopefully, look like they got softened up for next week, the SEC championship. So I still gonna stay humble. Because folks play football, but I think my dogs got it. But
new college football polls are out. So
yeah.
Dogs ready to go. This Saturday in the bins. We'll be in there. My weekend leading up to the game, everything was perfect. Had a great time. Enjoying some time off from work, hanging out with the fam. Saturday was good. Got a chance to see my dogs. And then you got to today. See my damn Falcons. Disappointing loss. Bodie, let's get right to it, man. How disappointing is this loss? Falcon fans in the chat. Oh, here we go. Falcon fans in the chat. Don't get mad at me. I ain't the coach. Don't get mad at me. I ain't Mariota. I'm just a podcaster. Just a diehard fan. What's up, Jalen Jones? What's good, man? Good to see you in here. Jeff Wolf, disappointed. Hell, we back at the same spot. Half a game back. You already know what it is. Same baseball. It's football. We talking Falcons football here every Wednesday, every Sunday, 8 p.m. We can't blame this L on Mariota as a fan base. I stand behind that. That is true.
I'm not blaming it on Mariota, but I am blaming it on a change of philosophy. You run the ball all the way down there to throw the motherfucker. That's a questionable decision. I won't sit here and say he made he's the NFL professional coach, and I'm a guy sitting in the chair talking about my favorite team. But, shit happens.
How disappointing is the loss?
How disappointing?
Falcons fans in the chat, how disappointing is the loss?
I mean, like somebody said, I think they said Rashawn Evans said before the game, every game here on out is a playoff game, and we got lucky to get bailed out because the damn Bucks lost and the Saints lost. We got lucky. It's very disappointing because we needed this game. We knew we needed it, and it wasn't just lost at that interception at the end of the game. It was lost throughout the game. Even though we did run the ball very good, I would say our O-line played good, but our O-line also played bad because we was getting bullied. Um, but I'm very disappointed, man. It's just, damn, this has got away. This is like the second most disappointing game of this season. Except the first, you know what the first one was.
Oh, we definitely know that. Falcons now fall to 5-7. Washington moves to 7-5, ahead in the hunt, so to speak. But what people don't know outside the in the hunt is that we're fighting for the division as well.
Yeah, so we can jump all that.
The difference from our in the hunt is we're trying to actually win the division too as well. Yeah. Versus you guys seeing in the hunt, like, I guess the NFC East over there versus the Washington Redskins. Their situation is a little bit different. They're hoping the Giants, Cowboys, and Eagles lose 4 or 5 games versus us. We're going down to the wire against some of the teams in our division. Mm-hmm. It is what it is. Hell, the fucking Panthers won today. Ugh. All right. It is what it is. Looking at the game today, 19-13, Washington over the Falcons. Mariota 15 for 25, 174 yards, 1 TD, 1 pick, 1 sack, 7.7 rating. Team rushing on the ground was 29 attempts for 167 yards. Patterson was eating today. Yeah, has some really good runs today. Algier has some really good runs today too as well, which goes down to the point where how disappointing is the loss? Shit hurts.
It hurts.
Yeah. I was in the chat with you guys, telling you guys around 6 or 7 minutes in the game, Falcons going to win this game 20-19.
And it was set up that way.
You guys want to see? You guys think I'm playing? See it right here in the chat. One time for the fan, we're talking Falcons football. This shit's for real, man. I said it right here in the chat. I said Falcons winning right there. Falcons are winning by 1, 20-19. Had it in position to do it. Didn't they watch, what's that, the Seahawks versus the Patriots game back in the Super Bowl? When it was like, should have just gave the ball to Marshawn Lynch?
Should have just gave it to beast mode. Just give it to
should have just gave the ball to Cordell Patterson. Hey, you could have gave the ball to me at that point.
Hell, we had 4 fucking running backs to get a ball to. Like, we could have damn quarterback. I count him as a running back. You could have did any of that. But you throw the ball. And Mariota got that damn knuckleball,
that duck down ball.
That little, yeah. Easy to bat. So you don't put your quarterback in that position. And everybody, Mariota's an easy target. It's easy to say, yeah, he sucks. Blah, blah, blah. It ain't his fault.
That's a coach's decision right there, and that was definitely the wrong decision, especially on the goal line. Hell, the Saints just did it a couple of minutes ago when they lost their game. They went for it, I think 3 times, passing it on the 4-yard line, trying to score on San Fran. 4th time they were sacked on 4th down. So
it's different, man.
You got to look at the situation. You ran the ball to get down to the goal line. I think you had the 1 or 2 plays. I think it was a Zacchaeus play that you had. Mm-hmm. He caught a pass in between that, but the rest of that was just mostly runs running down the clock. And I'm watching it, telling Bodie, we're finna score and win this game.
Yeah.
And the defense is going to come up with a win because you're going to give them the ball back with a minute or so?
Yeah, about a minute.
50-some seconds. So I was like, we're finna win this game. And the defense finna stand up at the end because this is the point where you can lock down on Heineke.
Yeah.
And different story.
Just a classic case of outsmarting yourself, just out thinking it. That's it.
Maybe D'Orlando was on to something when he told me, well, the Falcons can't stop the run and they can't run the ball. Well, they can run the ball, but today stopping the run was, 37 attempts for 176 yards. They put the stats up on the TV of the Commanders rushing the ball once Heineke took over as quarterback. They was rushing the ball less than 22 attempts. And then when Heineke took over, they was running the ball almost 30 attempts since he was there. And you saw it today, 37 attempts for 176 yards. And there was a couple plays where they were just eating the clock. And the run defense could not stop the Washington Commanders run game. I ain't going to lie. I saw that shit today where I was like, bro, they're giving this guy like 5-6 yards to carry.
Yeah.
Couldn't slow that down. Something you have to look at going forward where Sunday's game, we'll talk about it on Wednesday. It's a winnable game. Division's still wide open. But how disappointing is the loss? It's fucking disappointing. Yeah. To know that you had a win in Washington against a team who was on a hot streak. You were slowing them down. Tyler Heineke went 14 for 23. Another quarterback that I talked about the other day that's going less than 150 yards throwing the ball. 138 yards today for Tyler Heineke. He didn't do shit to impress you. The 2 touchdowns, the one to Logan Bates or whatever that tight end's name, should have never have happened. Blown coverage. Had to be blown coverage. That was piss poor coverage right there. Against a tight end who doesn't even catch the ball. I think it was his first touchdown in 2 years or 3 years in the league or some shit. So that was disappointing. But to let Brian Robinson run the ball like that today, I mean, it was 105 yards, but it was 18 solid carries that he had.
Yeah, we gave up his first ever 100-yard game. That was not ideal.
They ran the ball with Williams. They ran the ball with Gibson. They ran the ball with Samuel. They ran the ball with McCollin, whatever the name is, McLaren. I don't know. Fuck
McLaurin. Yeah, crazy.
It's disappointing because the Falcons came out there. It was a point in the game where you saw them. I think it was 7-7. It was a back and forth game. You're looking at it saying, "Oh, come on, Falcons, you gotta win this game." Like there's so many opportunities you're having right now, so many chances you have right now to just take the lead, even before the half. The play calling there with the 4th and 1, I believe it was, when they let the clock run down.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that they called the timeout, came back out there, and then ran the play that they didn't get. I was sitting there like, what was the point?
What are we doing? Exactly. Throwing my hands up.
I texted the group I was in. I was like, punt the ball. You played the mind games of not letting them, they're not going to jump off sides on the 4th and 1. All right, punt the ball.
Punt the ball. Right.
But don't put them in a nice field position they have 3 timeouts left before the half, and they get the ball back. Don't do that. I mean, it was a pick the next play. But still, I'm like, bro, what the hell is going on out here?
Yeah, you got to be smarter in those situations. I mean, you just got to be. You really got to be.
Chase, over 150 yards rushing, 3 running backs over 45 yards on the ground. This loss is very disappointing. You own your own destiny week in and week out, and you can't finish. It's a situation where you look at some of these teams in the league now, and they're winning these games. You're looking at some of these performances. Hell, you look at the Browns today over the Buccaneers. They're getting beat all game.
Yeah.
All game. Came back in
that's
the
how
fourth
you
quarter.
win a game.
I ain't going to lie. Appreciate it. Shout out to the Browns for that.
Thank you. Thank you, Browns. I appreciate y'all. Y'all helped us out. We needed that.
We're going to talk about it tonight, why even with a disappointing loss, you're still in the run to go and reach the playoffs. How weird is that?
So weird.
You're still in the runnings to go get to the playoffs. You're still in the runnings to win the damn division. This shit's going to be weird. You might even get a top 20 pick and win the division.
Top 15. Shit.
Top 15.
At this rate. Yeah.
And win the division. Falcon fans, you might get your Caleb Williams. Saw you guys making those posts. Saw you guys talking about Caleb. You guys are heavy on Caleb. What happened to Stroud?
You know what? They've been trying to find a Heisman winner, and all of a sudden he popped up. I mean, ain't a lot of dude having a nice season, but no Caleb Williams. We good.
USC Georgia. If you get that, Falcon fans who want Caleb Williams gonna be very upset. Just let you know right now. Go Dogs.
He's gonna have a bad game.
Very disappointed, but I still love my Falcons.
Benny Smith is in the building.
It's a diehard thing, Benny. We do love our Falcons. We do know that after you lost today, what did you do, Falcon fans? Most of y'all went around the league and said, "Oh shit, the Browns just scored on the Bucks. They just tied the game."
Mm-hmm.
Oh snap, they're going to overtime. Oh, snap. Brady gets sacked. Oh, snap. The Brown. Oh. A 3-7 team just beat the Bucks without Watson, Watson was supposed to come back. I think he comes back tomorrow, which would have been crazy because Falcon fans are looking at it like, oh shit, if Watson comes back today, oh, he finna light up Tampa Bay. Brissett got the job done, Falcons fans.
Yeah.
We beat Cleveland. Cleveland beat the Bucks. How you like that?
Hey, we handled our business on that end.
These are ways to feel good. I'm trying to give y'all some ways to feel good about this, Falcon fans, going forward, because guess what? We're going to talk about why it's important to see that game in New Orleans. That shit might be a primetime game, the way it's looking right now.
It should be.
It should be. I know they're talking about Saturday. The reports that we're getting from New Orleans is Saturday. I hope it ain't no 1:25 game or 1 o'clock game on Saturday. That's ridiculous. It's a waste of time. It's one of the biggest games in the South. You got to put on Falcons Saints prime time. If you're gonna make a Saturday, do prime time.
Yeah.
Run defense.
Yeah, it was pretty bad on both ends. Like, not good. Not good at all.
It's very disappointing. We young and we will make mistakes at critical times, but despite all that, we can still win the division. Go Falcons. You see, that's the type of fans that understand what is going on in the NFL. Mistakes were made today.
Mm-hmm.
They have to get back to practice tomorrow. They're going to get back after it. They're going to find ways to fix those mistakes, and they're going to move on because, once again, on Wednesday, we're going to talk about why you still can have a big shot at the playoffs with a winnable game on Sunday against the Steelers. You don't come in there fearing the Steelers. You don't. The Commanders are on more of a hot streak. You kind of look at the Commanders like, oh, shit, this team just won like 4 of the past 5.
Yeah.
With Heineke? And then Heineke, this is the same team that pretty much beat you guys last year in the Benz. So Arthur Smith is 0-2 against this team right now. You know, and it's a team that's not in our division, but it's a team that's in our conference. Hell, we might have to play them again next year the way the NFC schedule is looking, the NFL schedule is looking. You have to play a team from the NFC East next year. That off game is going to be a team from the NFC East and the AFC East. So you might have to play the Washington again next year. You never know.
Well,
but I know today, disappointing loss, Bodie.
I would just say, I know it's been a couple of losses that we said, well, yeah, we still got a chance. We still got a chance. Well, I'm here to tell you, season's dwindling down. The chances are running out. We got to capitalize. We got to put it together because it's only so many games left. And that's 5. We got to go on some kind of, because it don't get no easier. I mean, I know Arizona got a bad record right now, but they got talent. They still can handle business. Baltimore look like they're doing good. I think they won today.
Arizona lost at the last minute. Baltimore lost to the Jags.
Oh, they lost. Sheesh.
Yeah,
they did. I did get that alert.
Yeah, Jaguars 28. We're going to go around the league shortly for everybody that's in the chat because some games do help out the Falcons and some games do hurt the Falcons in a way. So we're going to go around the league in a minute. But yes, the Ravens lost 27-28. We play the Ravens coming up Christmas Eve. The Cardinals blew the lead earlier today. They lost to the Chargers. We play the Cardinals on New Year's Eve. So these are games that you got to look at going forward.
The teams you think will be good right now. There's so many teams that were contenders last year that are just ass record-wise this year, like the Cardinals, the Rams, Green Bay. It's just a lot of teams that just really and they all in the NFC. Right?
Which we were saying before the season started, the NFC East. I mean, not NFC East. The NFC is kind of ass in a way where you can get away with 8 wins and get to the playoffs.
It's ass, yes.
Don't want to
because
say
those
it like
teams
that,
were on
but
top. No, I'll say it like that. It's ass. It's been ass. And the Falcons, like I said, our division record-wise is ass. Okay, we keep making mistakes, but these other teams are making the same mistakes. Somebody got to grab a hold and just say, this is our division, and it's got to start. It's got to start versus Pittsburgh. I'm telling you, if we lose next week, I hope we don't, but if we lose next week, we looking like
that's the problem that you have to look at if you lose to Pittsburgh next week.
You cannot, and I mean absolutely cannot.
Wasn't supposed to lose that Panthers game on Thursday night. You lost that game, right? The Charger game, we'll give you that one. The Rams game, Super Bowl hangover, but it was still week 2, so the team was kind of ready to go. If you would have played the Rams now, you probably kicked their ass. But if you would have played the Rams, you played them in week 2, so different. You blew the game against the Saints.
Blew it.
The Bengals game, you saw what happened there.
We got slapped. I ain't gonna lie, we got slapped.
The Bucs game down in Tampa. I mean,
okay, we know what happened there.
Yeah, you see what's going on. Like the 2 games that I'm really pissed about is this one today and the Panthers game. Because these are the 2 games you were supposed to escape with a W. Now you have to go find 2 wins in the next 5 games where people thought you would lose, which would be like the Cardinals game where people be like, "Oh shit, Arizona, Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins. Oh my god, they're coming in here on New Year's. Oh my god." Nah, that's the game you have to go there. You have to go down there and win. New Orleans, in New Orleans, that's the game you have to go down there and win. Baltimore in Baltimore, that's gonna be a tough one. You have to win that one, and guess what? That bucks the game. The division game, Falcons. You have 5 games left, and people are counting you out on at least 3 of those games. Straight up, you have to go in there and turn the tables.
Really, and stop the mental mistakes, because there was a huge.
They're gonna give you the Pittsburgh win on Sunday.
Today. Yeah,
most of the media will look at it and say Falcons. Oh yeah, they're back at home, 4-2 record at home. Oh yeah, we'll give them the game over the Steelers. Yeah, cool. We'll take it. We beat the Steelers. We move. Then you get to the Saints game, which the Saints now have to go play the Bucs on Sunday.
Yeah, and the Bucs are pissed off. But I mean, that game go either way. That kind of rivalry, but we'll see.
So now, Falcon fans, do you want the Bucs to win that game, or do you want the Saints to win? Because in 2 weeks following that, you have to go down there and play New Orleans.
That's a slippery slope right there. They want them both to lose, negative points.
Falcon fans, let's go back to the game today. Let's go back to the call.
Let's do it.
Agree or disagree, Falcons fans? Good call or bad call? A lot of teams pass the ball on the 2. A lot of teams pass the ball within the 5 yards to the goal. A lot of teams do it. I've seen teams pass the ball on the fucking 1. But agree or disagree? Good call or bad call? Would if you were the coach, Falcon fans, Bodie, if you was the coach, would you have passed the ball right there on that down? Arthur Smith said he likes the look. I ain't the coach, but I'm the fan. I can agree or disagree. I disagree.
I disagree. Yeah.
I would have ran the ball. I would have ran the ball. Washington's defense was giving up a lot of yards on the ground in that series.
Yep. You don't preach running the piss out the ball and not run the ball at the end and pass it. Like, it's a bad.
And then see Washington run the piss out the ball.
Yeah. They're running it down our throats. I would have ran that thing 4 times straight until we got in there. There's no way around it. I mean, one of our running backs gonna get in. CP gonna get in with a head full of steam, or Algier, or even Mariota. Let him catch
it was at a point in the game that even Huntley with 1 carry for 12 yards would have got in. Washington defense was getting pretty soft at that moment. Saw a lot of hands on the hips, people sweating it out. Rain was beaten down, and the Falcons are just toting her up. Yeah. And you get down to the goal line, then you pass the ball, and then Payne. Of course, for most defenders, and I say that too as well, if you're not going to get to the quarterback, put your hands up. So can't blame Payne for making a defensive play, because as a defensive lineman, if you can't get to the quarterback, put your fucking hands up.
Put them up.
Bat the ball down. You saw a couple times today, the Falcons did it too today. Changed the direction of where Heineke wanted to throw. Mm-hmm. But still, you can't just go off of the one call. No, we have to go how the game is played. Well, the Falcons were 7-7. Then they got down to the call. You can't just go off of the call. Falcons had a lot of opportunities to win the game today, and they did it. The punting was fucking bad today, too, as well. So guess what? When it comes to the offseason, you're probably looking for a punter.
Yeah, because we picked this one up off the couch.
Going to a comment that is raising a lot of awareness in some of these Falcon chats right now. And Falcon fans, I need you guys to chime in on this. Some people want the coach and GM fired, especially the coach. I say no. What y'all say? A lot of people going at them Arthur Smith for the play calling. They're tired of this losing mentality here in Atlanta. They want to see some wins, which I think the team it's a rebuild. Nobody expected us to get 5 wins. I said, tough, man. I'm going to have to eat my words on this shit. Before the season started, I said 9 wins. And now it's 5 games left, and I'm looking at it like, well, sheesh. Got to go out there and get them dubs.
Hey, 5 games left. We need to win them all. You're still up there. You're still
9,
on there.
It's still on the table. I got 5 games left. I said 9 wins. Shit, give me at least. If you give me 8, boy, there you go. I feel good about that. But guess what, though? You still have a chance to win the division. That's the good thing about it. Even though the team didn't play up to where they were supposed to play today to go get that win. You still have a lot to feed off of. OZ, 5 receptions for 91 yards today.
Yeah.
Got to bring OZ back. Been saying it all season. He's a receiver that if he hits the market, somebody's going to grab him up, probably make him a nice little 2 or 3 in their offense. But what we have going on over here, I say keep OZ. OZ is nice. Drake London is that guy. Even though he had 2 receptions for 29 yards, you can clearly see Drake London was a good pickup from the Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't going to lie. As a Falcon fan, love everything about the pick right now with Drake London. You know, he's not this big, flashy receiver. He just gets the job done whenever he needs to do what he needs to do.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to the Falcons for selecting Drake London, man. So I got to get that Drake London jersey. CP was out there receiving today, too. 3 for 19.
And that's bringing on to my next point. I believe that's what he tied in the first game. He had 3 catches in the first game, but we ain't been throwing it to CP. Mm-hmm. But then again, we ain't been throwing it that much all year anyway. So there's that. But like I'm saying, like we got too many receiving weapons not to be throwing it a little bit more. That's my thing. I know you got to just draw it up. It's like I said, at this point, it's coaching. I don't think that our coach or GM needs to be fired. It's too early for that. The second year all around. They got to prove themselves. But they damn sure learning on the job right now. You know what I'm saying? They got to get right. They got to start passing that thing some more.
So, for me and Falcon fans, we're going to talk about this with the GM and the coach. They don't need to be fired. I see what people's talking about in the chats. I'm in them fucking chats, dude.
I'm in them too.
I'm in them groups, man. I see what y'all talking about.
They got a short leash.
For likes.
Folks got a short leash. Boy.
You gonna fire the coach right now? 5 and 7?
Nah, you don't.
Gonna fire the GM? You'll get him up out of here? Who you gonna bring in? What's the next move?
Yeah.
I play Madden, but I don't even be talking that dumb shit.
It's not enough time to prove themselves. They ain't even got a full 2 years, so let's get them right. Give them a chance.
Defense was up and down. One thing about the defense that I did like today, the linebackers, man.
Yeah,
I mean, they was getting after it on that run defense at times.
I know people were shitting on Michael Walker. They one they like praising him, then they shitting on him, then they praising him, then they shitting on him. Like Michael Walker is Michael Walker, but we know he's an athletic marvel, and he's out here getting picks. He's out here making plays. So shout out Michael Walker. I ain't shitting on him. He's a good player.
Another player we keep talking about that should be bringing back next season is Rashard Evans once again.
Yeah,
it's not that good in the pass coverage.
Yeah.
But when it comes to run defense and run stuffing, the kid is there. He gets after it, man.
He does.
He gets after it. So shout out to Rashard Evans. I know it was a tough game today. Michael Walker, too, as well, with the pick. The defense, you saw some, like Benny just said, they were up and down today, man.
Really?
And you didn't see a complete team from the Falcons. And it was disappointing. Even on the first drive when we put up 3, it was like, we did all this to do that. Ran 6 minutes off the clock to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So it happens, man. Disappointing. Chat going crazy. You already know the chat going crazy because the Falcons played today. Even if we win the division, what y'all talking about the playoffs? We upset somebody in the playoffs. Fuck you mean? Jalen Jones.
Hey,
shout out to the homie Jalen Jones.
We already proved we can beat any team in this league. So
here's the cool thing about it. Hit that like button, Falcons fans. Hit that share button. Hit that subscribe button. Tag a Falcons friend. Tag a Falcons family member. I think Aaron Rodgers threw another pick. Oh, you just do a pick?
Oh, damn, you're spoiling it for me. I'm a little behind.
Aaron Rodgers. Yep. Up. Off the helmet.
Damn. Ooh.
Where's the ball? He found it. Yep, you can still pick.
Aaron Rodgers is ass this year.
When we go around the
Shout
league,
out to
just
Legends.
know what's getting ready to happen. Because you're watching two teams right now on NBC, and one of the teams were expected to be in the NFC Championship game, and this team don't even look like they're gonna make the fucking playoffs. So the media is all shot, and we're gonna get to that next season. Stop believing the media. Believe in yourself.
Put that shit on a t-shirt, bro.
Believe in yourself.
Shit. Yeah. Shit.
They said it was the Saints and the Packers in the NFC Championship game this year. That's what they said. It was gonna be the Packers and the Bills in the what's it called? In the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and the Saints and the Packers look ass, and they both look like they ain't making the playoffs. So there's that.
Jalen Jones, how you say this, right? What's gonna happen? The Falcons make it to the playoffs. If they win the division, they get a home game.
Yeah.
Right now, your home record is pretty decent. Falcon fans should understand that if you do get a playoff home game, you should pack that Benz out. Whatever team comes in here, the Giants, the Seahawks, whoever, 49ers, you're going to smack them. You're going to smack them in the mouth.
Yeah.
You're going to upset some folks, send them on their way, and then you go on the road the following week, which is going to be your tough game. I'll stop it right there.
Story's still been written.
That's coming up. That's coming up. This shit happens the week of that game. Then I give you the rest of the damn story. But if we're sitting on the couch, late December, it is what it is. I just want to see these next 5 games, some improvement, to know that you won some games earlier this year that you wasn't supposed to win to the media.
Yeah.
And you have 5 games left on your schedule, and looking at the 5 games from the Steelers to the Saints to the Ravens, who got a big loss today, to the Cardinals and the Bucks, you can win some games and make the playoffs.
Damn sure can.
If you're sitting at 3 wins right now, even if you're sitting at 2 wins right now, answer is no. Worry about the draft. Time to put Ritter in. Hell, you can put me in. But what I see right now at 5-7, that's why you're not firing the coach and the GM at 5-7.
No, you're not.
You come out with a win against the Steelers. You go into your bye at 6-7. Saints going to lose probably again Sunday against the Bucks. They're going to be eliminated right there at that point. So now you're going out to New Orleans against a team that's eliminated from playoff contention, and you now have an opportunity to make something happen, to go beat the Saints in New Orleans. Probably take control or tie. Still be tied in the division. Going to come down to the last 3 games: Baltimore, Arizona, and the Bucks. Yes, it can happen. Falcons fans. Steelers game is a must. Biggest game of the season. God.
I mean, it is. It is at this point, yes. Every game is a playoff game from here on out.
We need some DE who can get up to the quarterback. Lorenzo Carter didn't even show up today. Defense had to play a tough little run game, I must say. Heineke didn't even really get a chance to throw it like that. After they found the run in the second half, they stuck with it.
Yeah,
they realized, shit, we're going to play clock management. We're going to eat the fucking clock.
Yeah, it was hard to get a sack because Heineke wasn't throwing it like that. And when he did throw it, he threw it quick. So
0 sacks today. Some nice quarterback hits after the throw.
Yeah.
But 0 sacks today.
Troy Anderson got a TFL. Troy Anderson show flashes every game of how great he can be. And I think he'll be great soon enough.
See, going to what Jermaine said now, Falcons fans, we're going to get to that when we get to our draft portion later on next year for one time for the fan. You need another edge rusher. You need somebody to get to the quarterback outside of Lorenzo Carter, outside of Grady Jarrett. The focus is too much on Grady. You saw the one play on the replay. It was like 6 people banging up Grady. Everybody had a shot at Grady.
Yeah, like that.
And they still couldn't get to the quarterback.
Not only edge rush, you need some push up the middle. We cut our starter. I don't know if y'all forgot. We cut our D tackle, nose tackle. Rush. We cut him because he was, I guess, that bad. No, he
Abdullah had a couple flashes today, but wasn't.
But yeah,
promising.
Abdullah's a fighter. I fuck with Abdullah Anderson. But we need a guy in the middle. We need a Deron Payne. We need a damn Jonathan Allen. Them boys was eating in the middle. You could not run that bitch up the middle. I tell you that. But we probably get one of them cats because I think one of them's a free agent. Deron Payne, I think. One
The
of
good
them.
thing about the
Hopefully,
Falcons next season,
throw a bag at them.
you got money to go play
Throw
with.
a bag.
So after this game, players are shaking hands. Everybody's have a good time signing jerseys. Terry probably over there like, man, you see that? See that Payne guy over there? Man, you plug him with Grady.
Uh-huh. Well, we
But
eating.
Falcons fall 19-13. It is what it is. We got to move, man. We got to move because even on a win, we're gonna enjoy it. But when it comes to a loss, we don't want to talk about it too much because the shit sucks.
I mean, we'll just talk about what the mistakes we made, and there was a lot of them. But we still still looking forward. We're gonna be all right, man. At least I hope so.
So before we finish up with that, what went wrong versus the Commanders? What would you say?
What went wrong? I would say a lot of questionable decisions. I mean, we ran the ball. We was in a good position to do a lot of things, but we didn't stick to the run. Of course, we've been saying that. We didn't stick to the run. Bad tackling. I mean, good God. Like, there's a lot of bad tackles today. Like, we was missing shit. We made Brian Robinson look like Adrian Peterson. Like, it was
Old
bad
AP.
tackling. Old AP. I ain't talking about that 38-year-old dude who used to play for that team. We made him look good. And I mean, he is good, but we made him look way better than he should have. Bad tackling. I mean, good God, bad tackling. And I won't, like I said, it's bad call at the end. And that one, not to say it would have did anything. Well, 44 seconds and roughing the kicker, but that was a bad.
We didn't even
call.
get to that one right there with Ogundeji.
That
right there, I mean, you had you 3 timeouts. You stop him, 40 seconds left. It's the NFL. Anything can happen.
Yeah, we didn't have any
get a chance
timeouts
to find
but
out.
we didn't even get a chance.
You didn't even get a chance to find out about a miracle.
I remember last time we didn't get a chance to find out something when that stupid ass roughing the passer shit.
The Brady call, the down
Brady
in Tampa.
Call.
Yeah,
at least get a chance. We didn't even get a chance, but this one was self-inflicted. Yeah, Ogundeji. Bad mistake.
Falcon fans, you can see, even though with a loss, we're not sitting here bashing the team. We're not sitting here bashing the coaches. We're not bashing the players. We're frustrated, but we understand that the team has to fix some mistakes and have to move forward because they're a team.
Yes.
That's what they do. They're going to get back to practice this week. They got to get ready for the Steelers. You come out there and you beat the Steelers on Sunday. Everybody sharing drinks, going into the bye.
Yeah.
Heading out of New Orleans. And we deep in New Orleans.
Oh,
we deep in New Orleans. I'm talking about. What?
Yeah.
Falcon fans? Oh, man. We deep in New Orleans. Lisa Shepard.
And the whole squad going to be down there. The whole
one time for the fan is down there, man.
Everybody.
One time for the fan is in New Orleans. Definitely, if y'all going down there, rock with us. Rise Up Tour be down there. Of course, we got the Falcons meet and greet party. Not tied with the Falcons, but I'm just saying Falcon fans meet and greet party. We'll give y'all the information for that too as well. Shout out to the Rise Up Tour too as well. They had a nice little meet and greet down there in Washington this weekend. They had some Falcon fans stop by and have a good time. Shout out to all the fans who went to Washington. I saw y'all on TV, heard y'all making some noise out there, even in the rain. Y'all was having a good time. So I didn't make it to Washington, but touchdown Packers. Look at that shit. But even though with the Washington game, I didn't get a chance to make it. Been out there before, but I'll be out there in New Orleans. So y'all rise up. Bodie will be down there. Chase will be down there. Boo Man. Even Dez. We found Dez.
Found him.
He was at work.
Yeah,
so he'll be down there in New Orleans with us. Bodie?
Yep.
Time to go around the league, man. A lot of happened today. Happened today. Lisa Shepard said, we're frustrated because we are losing games we could have won. We're beating ourselves in most instances. That is true, Lisa Shepard.
That's the thing. We're beating teams we ain't supposed to beat, and then we're losing the teams we're supposed to beat. Like, it's a lot of bullshit, but,
One time for the fan, hit that like button, hit that share button. Is it time to play Ritter? or stick with Mariota. Mariota's making too many mistakes. Why don't he throw more deep passes? He got the receivers, use them. Go Falcons. There's a couple plays today. Looked like they were. I gotta go over and see the overhead routes, but it looked like they did run some deep routes today. But Mariota, he
Tell you
1 second after the read, you know what I'm saying? It's like you're watching, like throw it. Nah, I'm in pump fake line. Let me go run the ball.
Yeah,
Like,
I think he hesitates. He hesitates too much. And like I said, at this point in his how long he been in the league, maybe 7-8 years, he is who he is. Okay, he ain't no deep ball chucker.
I like the run plays they called for him though.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie. If that's gonna be the offense we're moving to, shit was getting the first down. It was moving the chains.
I'm with it. It's all pistol and I formation and a lot of that shit.
A lot of full house too. But they ran the full house today when they audible went into the single back.
You ain't gonna find no shotgun spread over here. We just ain't that team. And Arthur Smith ain't never been that guy. Arthur Smith had Henry at his disposal. Derrick Henry. All he know is pound the damn ball, run the piss out the ball. I guarantee you that ain't the first time he said that shit when he got him mic'd up. That's all he know. No
Ritter yet, Joseph.
No Ritter.
No,
not yet.
Ritter yet. Anthony White's over here. He said, I don't have a problem with the play call at the end of the game. CP was open. Payne made a play. Had a bigger problem with the clock management at the end of the half. That is true. We talked about that too when the podcast first started. We just don't understand what happened at the end of the half with the 4th and 1 and playing the mind games. They didn't jump, calling timeout, coming back out there, and then blowing the 4th and 1 is
blowing it. Yeah.
Y'all should have just punted.
Yeah. If that's the case, and you're gonna try to run it right up the middle on them.
You had them off guard kind of in the beginning of that 4th and 1 when you was playing.
You got to get creative with it. I don't give a damn if you fucking give the quarterback, give him an option. Like you just got to figure it out. You got to be a little different. You got to kind of throw them off. Don't be predictable.
Most teams see that 4th and 1 totally different than the 3rd and 1. They narrow in on certain shit. They be like, all right, look, if we finna quarterback sneak it, we finna close this fucking gap like this.
Yeah.
We finna do X, Y, and Z so that way it's gonna make it more difficult on this 4th and 1. And you had it at a point where if you was gonna run the no huddle, got back to the line, run the play. But you didn't. You got back to the line, you was playing slow. You knew that shit from that moment that Washington wasn't finna jump off sides. Even I was finna sit there and watch and say, okay, you're gonna let the clock run over 5 second. 5-yard penalty. I bet. Kick the foot punt. No, you didn't do that.
They didn't do that.
The interception saved you though. Because if Washington would have scored, would have looked real bad right there. Then I would have been pissed. Yeah. At that point, it was what it was.
Yeah, Michael Walker getting that pick, it definitely helped that call not look as bad. So yeah.
Going around the league, man. Because when you go around the league, ATL for the Steeler Heads game and NOLA for the Aints beatdown. Oh, we deep out there. Shout out to all the Falcon fans going to be going out there to New Orleans too as well. Yeah, man. We crazy numbers going to New Orleans. They should announce the day of the game by Sunday. They should announce it because what are we waiting for? You know what I'm saying? Like, the Saints are going to end up losing. It's not, if you're going to make it a primetime game, Saints ain't going to the playoffs. So what's the point? Falcons have a way better chance than the Saints right now. So come on, NFL, get it together. The expectations for this team was low. I picked them to win 5 games. They already exceeded my personal expectations. Well,
absolutely. Absolutely. They exceeded my expectations too. We came in the season on the rebuild mindset. Like that was what we were doing. And the players that the GM brought in and the coaching all got us to a position where we could win the fucking division. So that is great. That's great. That's a great trajectory. Like, we doing good.
And see, for me, I don't bash fans for saying that they wanted, the team to win 2 games or 3 games before the season started. And now that they see that the team is winning more games, if they want the team to continue losing, then that's where it's like,
yeah, you
told them you said before the season they're going to get 3 games.
Yeah.
Now they got 5 games with a chance to probably go to the playoffs, and you want to see them lose. It's like, well, why? You know what I'm saying? They already passed out the amount of games you wanted them to win. Now they have a chance to go to the playoffs. If they go to the playoffs, you should be excited as a Falcon fan. But I shout out to Anthony White for that comment too as well, man, because that had me thinking about fans who don't want to see the Falcons win right now. Like they really don't. It's like blow it all. Don't give a damn about the division. I don't give a damn if you're 1 game back. Like what?
And that's the thing. Who's to say any one person is going to change this trajectory of the team? Like I don't think Stroud or the Alabama quarterback or Caleb. I don't even know if Caleb's in this draft. I think he's a true sophomore. But I don't think any of those guys are gonna really, jumping off the page. They're not Peyton Manning type prospects, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's cute to say, Tank or Vice for Bryce or whatever the hell they've been saying. I don't know.
Sacrifice for Bryce and
sacrifice for Bryce.
Tank for Stroud or something, go down for Stroud or something, some nonsense. But now after Ohio State loss, they quickly shifted their attention to this new quarterback here from USC.
Everybody went to USC's quarterback.
Who was this kid? Oh, snap.
Yeah. Oh,
Falcons get him?
Because everybody thought that Stroud was going to be that guy. Now everybody wants to go to get the Caleb Williams guy. That's the media.
It makes the group chats interesting. That's all it does.
Yeah.
Makes the group chat. I can sit there and watch it. I read the comments and it's like, Terry would never sit down and listen to some of that shit you guys have to say. It's just ridiculous. Going around the league. A lot of things help the Falcons. A lot of things hurt the Falcons. Of course, the Packers are probably going to end up losing this game right here against the Eagles. Eagles are winning 13-7 right now. Packers was a team that people expected to go to the playoffs, NFC Championship. They could probably fall to 4-8. Bengals beat the Titans 20-16 today. Game that doesn't mean nothing to us. The Texans are clearly going for the number 1 pick. They don't even give a shit about football no more.
Yeah, they don't care.
Astros just won the World Series, so they're probably still celebrating off of that. Dolphins won 30-15 over the Texans. Justin Fields was out.
Yeah, got hurt. We heard him.
Then they brought in their backup who got injured before the game started.
Yeah.
Had to go to their third string quarterback. He didn't do much. Jets won 31-10.
That was predictable.
But the Falcons already eliminated the Bears last week. Of course, our game, 19-13. Very disappointing loss to them.
Yeah.
Panthers against the Broncos, a game. The Broncos are just trash. Truly
they are.
Russell Wilson stealing money.
This is my first time seeing this score. I didn't know they lost this bad.
23-10. Now the Panthers are 4-8. I don't know if they're riding the high, but they have the Seahawks in Seattle. Then they have the Steelers at home. Then they have the Lions, the Bucks, and the Saints. So, as weird as it sounds, the Falcons and the Bucks and the Saints end up, losing the next couple of games, and the Panthers end up winning. The fucking Panthers are going to end up winning.
They'll be right back in it. So they think they got a chance.
What is going on here in the NFL? Yeah. But in the NFC South, somebody's going to win this division and probably get a top 15 pick. The Panthers, the Seahawks, the Steelers, the Lions, the Buccaneers, and the Saints. You're looking at the division, you're saying, all right, shit has to stop some way, somehow now. Falcons need to go out there. You could have got a win today to push your lead up a little bit more, but no. You lost to Washington. You got to go home now. You got to play the Pittsburgh Steelers. You got to win the game.
Got to win. You got to win. Or it's ugly if we ain't win. It's ugly.
A team that we play later on this year, which Falcon fans were in the chat with me talking earlier, that we're going to beat the Ravens, which I do feel like we can probably beat the Ravens. Ravens lost to the Jags today, 28-27.
Yeah, I don't get it. Jags been inconsistent all year. I know they're 7-4, but they've been up and down, personally.
A team that we play on New Year's Day had to lead against the Chargers. Chargers came back to win it. 25-24. Cardinals lose. This is big because a lot of these teams that you're playing in the next couple of weeks, one time, shout out to DSGB Hall. A lot of these teams that you're playing coming up soon, they're not riding the high like you think they are.
Right. By the time we face the Cardinals, they ain't gonna have nothing to play for.
The Cardinals is the team where they thought they really was gonna make the playoffs. They really was gonna ride the wave. They have the wide receiver. They have they had the
superstar quarterback.
Superstar Kyle Murray quarterback.
Yeah.
Appears to not be that. Appears to not be that. The Cardinals now fall to 4-8. You play this team on New Year's Day, and the Cardinals going into their schedule, which I don't give a shit about, but of course we have to talk about it. Can we play this team coming up? Cardinals have the Patriots, the Broncos, the Bucks, us, and the 49ers. I don't see the Cardinals making the playoffs, so they're out of it. Some of these teams you can start eliminating.
Yeah.
Which is going to help the Falcons now. The Packers, if they lose this game, you can kind of push them to the back of the pack. The Bears, push them to the back of the pack. The Saints, after losing today, push them to the back of the pack. Cardinals, push them to the back of the pack. The Rams, push them to the back of the pack. So you see what's going on here? I'm eliminating some of the teams already for you, Falcons. So all the fans that's listening right now, you still have a big shot to make the playoffs. Trying to make y'all believe in something here, even after a loss. Disappointing. Most of us got to work tomorrow. Got to take the kids to school. Break's over. But on some real shit, the Falcons still have a chance to make the playoffs. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see these next 5 games. Of course, we'll be at the home games, but New Orleans, one time for the fan, will be there. Baltimore, one time for the fan, will be there. So it's exciting. The Raiders came back to beat the Seahawks 40-34 in overtime. Yeah. Seahawks now dropped to 6-5. Chiefs over the Rams 26-10. The Rams now fall to 3-8. Remember I was just talking about? Take that team from right here and do what? Put them at the back. That's another NFC South. That's not NFC South. That's another NFC team. You don't have to worry about going to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Which gives the Falcons another shot to make it. It gives the Falcons another shot to look at it and say, hey, look, that's the team that beat us in week 2. And ever since then, they only won 1 game.
Yeah.
After we came back from 28-3 week 2 and almost won the game in the fourth quarter. Should have won that game.
Should have won that.
You can see how bad the Rams team is now.
They are terrible. And they didn't even lose that much. They lost Odell and fucking Von Miller. They got everybody else.
A game that Falcon fans definitely was paying attention to. 49ers over the Aints. 13-0. Aints are just trash.
They couldn't even score.
Truly are trash. I don't know why they're a team in the NFL.
We beat them. We're
going to show them in a couple weeks how bad they are.
Yeah.
We're going to beat the shit out of them. Aints play the Bucks on Sunday. Then they got us. Wait a minute. No. Oh, Aints go to their bye too? Oh.
They buy on the same week we do?
Yeah. And they come back and they got the Bucks. No. They play the Buccaneers Sunday.
That means, they play the Bucks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't forget, they got the Browns in Cleveland. Watson will be back for that game. Then they got the Eagles in Philly, too, as well. Coming up at the end of the year. Saints are not making the playoffs.
See ya.
Falcon fans, even after a loss, you have to look at the division, look at the conference, and just have hope that the Falcons can go in there, scrape up some wins in the next couple of weeks, make the playoffs. If you're looking at the NFC right now, Philly, Minnesota, Dallas, San Fran, the Giants, Washington, Seattle, Tampa, and then Atlanta. Detroit's behind us. Green Bay's behind us. Arizona's behind us. Carolina, New Orleans, the Rams, and Chicago is behind us. Don't forget, you still play Arizona. You still play New Orleans. And you play the team right in front of us, Tampa Bay.
Yep.
Falcon fans have some hope. still have a shot at the playoffs.
Still in it.
What's next for the Falcons, Bodie? They got to go play the Steelers on Sunday.
Yep.
We don't know if Casey Hayward's going to be back. We don't know if Damian Williams is going to be back. We don't know the situation with Kyle Pitts and what week he'll be back. But we do know after the Steelers game, you have your bye week. We hope to hear some names that's been on IR return.
Yeah.
Casey Hayward for one. You get Casey Hayward back going into the Saints game. That's big. Though I don't think Casey Hayward will be back. We saw him in the sling last week. I got to ask around and see was he in the sling today.
Yeah.
But I do think the Falcons do have a chance to win this NFC South. Not even looking at the wild card no more. I'm looking at the damn division. That's what it is. Yeah. Win the division, host the game, we move. Upset a team, and then I write the next part of the story after that. But that's what I see going to happen right here. Falcons and the Saints in New Orleans coming up, Bodie. We don't know if it's the Saturday or the Sunday game. It could be a primetime game, but how big will that game be in the next couple of weeks? If the Falcons go out there and get a win now against the Steelers on Sunday, go into their bye, head down to New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
How big is that game going to be, Bodie?
Well, I mean, first things first, we owe their ass whooping. Man, we owe it to them. We need to get that out the way. Second, I mean, it'll just be huge because that's the team we're supposed to be. We're better than them. We're better than them. Okay, like up and down the roster, we're better than them. We should have won week one. We should go down there and whoop that ass because they don't have a game plan. They're just out there just playing. I don't know what the hell they're doing. It just you can't lose these games. You can't. Division games important. You can't lose these games. The Saints, hell, they still in the thick of things too. They think they got a chance. So we gotta step on their neck, and we really gotta handle business when we go down there. Like we didn't handle week one, we gotta handle it now. We got to. It's just very extremely important to get this W, especially these next two. So we got to do it. Because like I said, we're running out of chances.
Bucks and the Saints Sunday. Then the Bucks and the 49ers.
Following that's your alert? Was that your text alert?
That's my World Cup alert.
Oh, okay. I was
France and Brazil, baby. You didn't know?
Oh, I've been watching. USA got to win on Tuesday.
USA's they're probably going to lose to Iran.
That's crazy. I hope not.
Sorry to say it, but had the chance to win against England, you didn't. And you don't want to play England again because they're going to clap some goals on you pretty bad. Pretty bad, lad. Going to clap some goals on you. But France and Brazil, man. That's what it is. Saints Buccaneers Sunday. Then the Bucks got the 49ers in San Fran. 49ers can probably sneak away with a win right there too as well. Then the Buccaneers have to go play the Bengals, who's fighting for their division over there too as well. So you know them Bengals are going to come out scrapping as well.
Oh yeah,
that could be another loss. Hell, you lost to the Browns today. Let's go ahead and say that you lose to the Cardinals too as well on Christmas Eve. No, you're on Christmas Day, Sunday Night Football. Losing to the Cardinals, 3-game losing streak. So let's knock the Bucks up out of there. Going to the Saints, we just went over who they have to play. Of course, they have the Buccaneers, then they have us, then they have the Browns in Cleveland, the Deshaun Watson game. Then they have the Eagles in Philly, which at that time, the way to look at the division of the NFC East, the Eagles have to keep scrapping for wins too because Dallas and the Giants is right there on their ass.
On their neck.
So you best believe Philly's coming out that game with some pressure against the Saints. So don't expect these Saints to do anything big. But then you look at the Panthers, and it's like Panthers kind of have an easy trip outside of the Seahawks, Steelers, Lions. But then the Lions are a little scrappy team too as well.
Yeah, they've been winning lately.
Steelers tomorrow night against the Colts. I'll be watching that game. I'll be scouting. That's what I'll be doing.
I've been scouting all year.
I'll be scouting. I like that linebacker the Steelers got. What's that guy's name? Devin Bush?
Devin Bush, yeah.
Make a call to Terry Font.
Nice.
What's up, guys? Too late. Apologize. Yeet. What's it? Get something. It's all right, man. You already know we talking
good.
Falcons football.
You good,
every
dog.
Wednesday, every Sunday, 8 p.m. Bodie 3000. Chase couldn't be here with us tonight, man. He's upstairs finishing. He's painting my driveway.
He had that mowing the turf.
Yeah. I told him I need the clubhouse built by the weekend. Got some family coming in town. But yeah, Falcons fans, have some hope. I understand we lost today, disappointing, but guess what? We've been through this before. We just got to keep moving. Look at the positives the team did today. The team running once again is looking well. The run defense has to be a little bit better, but you saw some players that step up and made some plays at the right time. Michael Walker, Rashard Evans, Jalen Hawkins. Shout out to Darren Hall for trying to tackle a I don't know what happened on that damn touchdown.
Yeah.
But that boy Brian Robinson, boy, he lowering shoulders out there. Boy, he might do something about that.
He took him through there. And
but
shout out to Troy Anderson getting the TFL.
Troy Anderson too as well. Grady Jarrett too as well.
Yeah. No sacks
good to see
today,
that.
But
going to the offense, Cordell Patterson, Mariota had his flashes too as well. He was moving the ball at times too as well. Offensive line, did he get one sack today against the Redskins?
I want to say it's one sack. Let me go look.
I believe it was one sack. One good old sack there, boy.
Good old sack.
Special teams was really hitting on much today. They already knew what was going on. CP. They knew what was going to happen. They was like, nah, man, we ain't finna do this. We got locked down on CP on special teams. But you had the opportunity to win it and you lost it. We'll move from there. On Wednesday, Bodie's breakdown. Chase should be back. 5 games left in the season. We're really gonna start pumping up this one time for the fan show a lot more on y'all because it's coming down to the end. This is it. We talked about it since week 1. We talked about it since, man. Bodie, we started this shit on draft night. For everybody that's in the chat, shout out to everybody that's here. One time for the fan. Of course, we're talking Falcons football every Wednesday, every Sunday, 8 p.m. We started this shit on draft night. We went to OTAs, training camp, Flowery Branch, OTAs at the Benz, away game, LA, Seattle, Cincinnati, all these games, home games, San Fran, Cleveland, St. Buccaneers, all these games we don't went to and did the podcast for. Now we're getting down to the last 5 games of the season.
It's crazy, man. Seemed like that shit was forever ago.
Shit's about to get real. Shit's about to get real, Falcons fans. If we was in a position where we wasn't going to make the playoffs and we didn't have a shot, the podcast would be a little bit more difficult.
Yeah.
We're talking about a team getting your ass kicked every week and it's not looking too good.
We'll be running down draft prospects right now.
In the next couple of weeks, we will start talking about some draft prospects. But right now,
we'll be doing it early.
we were doing it. I mean, there's some teams. The Texans right now, I guarantee you the Texans podcast is like, hey, that kid from Alabama, we can get that guy. And we can trade up and get 2 picks in the top 10. Because there's some teams that's looking over the draft right now. I can give you 5 teams on Wednesday that's looking over the draft. And the Falcons is not one of them. Well, not to say that they're not looking at the draft.
Yeah. But
they're not in the group that's saying, hey, look, we need to start working on our 2023 board right now.
No, we're in the playoff talk right now.
We're still in the playoff talk until they say the Falcons are eliminated from playoff contention, which I don't think you'll see that no time soon. The Falcons go out there, get the win on Sunday, we move. And on Wednesday, we'll talk about that, Bodie. What the Falcons need to do to beat the Steelers on Sunday. Yes, watch that Colts. Now, I'll give it up to you Falcon Colt fans. I need Matt Ryan to go out there and handle his damn job tomorrow because I'm a fan that wants to see the team that we play next lose.
Yes.
Don't give a shit about the Colts. Steelers play tomorrow night. I need the Steelers to lose and lose bad.
Need to soften them up.
Soften them up to where they get to a point where they might even say, hey, the Steelers lose this game, they're eliminated from playoffs. Well, shit, they ain't got shit to play for.
Then they're going to be trying new plays. versus us and throwing a lot of picks.
Not the
Kenny
Piggly
Pickett.
Wiggly routes. That's what you
Yeah.
don't want.
Hey, they gonna be doing them little squiggly fucking all kind of shit. They gonna be doing back behind the back like it's Globetrotters. They gonna be trying some shit.
The offense was kind of smooth though without Kyle Pitts. Kind of shocking. It
I
was Pruitt.
would say Pruitt. He came in and he did great. He did a good job.
I will say, from looking at the defense and the way Mariota was playing throughout most of the game, if Pitts was playing, he would have ate today.
Oh yeah,
he would have ate today because they were locking down on Patterson for the most part. They knew what Patterson can do, but Patterson was still getting some explosive plays in the run game, some really good catches that he had, in the receiving game too as well. But the Falcons, once again, you gotta like how they move the chains. Like they find these ways, and you're looking at the plays as soon as it kicks out, Algier, Patterson, man in motion, Zacchaeus. If Zacchaeus would have made that catch, running to the sideline, if he would have made that catch and he was diving for it, it was technically in his hands. But just the effort from Zacchaeus to cut back after the route to see Mariota, the play broke down and Mariota getting the ball out. I will say, if the play is breaking down that much, I see why you're running the ball a lot.
Yeah.
You're only trusting your plays that you believe is 100% proof because the fucking play will break down on your ass, as you can see with Mariota. Yeah. I expect the play to break down more times when I'm watching like the Eagles-Packers game right now. Execute.
Yeah.
And I seen the Falcons do that as well, but then I seen a lot of times Mariota's like, let me just run.
Scrambling, running for his life.
All right, cool. And he slid today, so shout out to the slide. That's how I slide in the Instagram models DMs too as well. So shout out to the slide. But it's moving the chains. And I know what Falcon fans want. That's why they're saying Caleb Williams and this guy, they want them 250 and 300-yard passing games consecutive. But Falcon fans go look around the league, like how I just talked about it. Look at the quarterbacks who played today. A lot of them didn't throw for 350 yards, bro. A lot of them just getting the job done less than 225. And the running game and the defense is just doing their job. And the Falcons could have had that. You would have scored right there. You would have made it 20-19. They would have blamed the extra point that was missed from Sly from the Commanders because they would have lost by 1. And they'd be like, oh, if the Commanders would have made the extra point, it would have been an entire game. Fuck that shit. But then again, Payne smacked it, intercepted, then we move. But then you make the stop.
Mm-hmm. I think it was 3 and out.
3 and out. 3 timeouts, 3 and out, 40-something seconds left. And then you get the damn roughing the passer, punter call.
Roughing the passer.
I got one the other day in Madden. I was like, they call this shit?
But I saw it as soon as it happened. I had to I had my baby girl in my arms. I had to hand her over to my wife because I was like, look, I went crazy. I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, damn, man.
Started ripping up them paper plates.
Boy, I started throwing pacifiers. Oh man, I started kicking over baby toys and shit.
Gosh,
it was high.
Not the Graco.
God damn, not the little tykes.
Graco listens to this shit right now, like sad individual kicking over baby items when your sports team lose.
They don't care. I bought their item. That's all they care about.
Big Low Country Sports, who we're going to get back on the show real soon.
Oh, yeah. We definitely need another Big Low show.
We're bringing everybody back. We bring them out. Hey, I'm going to get to it in a minute. Big Low Country Sports, you got to give them credit. They got the stop on defense that they needed. That is true.
They definitely did. I will say that, and we were talking about that. They got the credit, minus the stupid mistake. They got the credit for getting that stop. They stopped them. They used all the timeouts. They had a chance. All we can ask for is a chance.
God, the word chance and fight is coming up so much this season.
Yeah,
with a winning record, it'd be totally different. Like if it was like Eagles record right now, like 9-1. You know what I'm saying? Or you like 7-2. Maybe we come to the podcast like, oh, we lost to the Commanders. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, we're first place. Yeah, but there's a lot of chance and a lot of fight. And we still got a chance and we're still going to fight. Falcon
fans about content creators, podcast hosts and everything. Everything. There's different groups doing it in different sides. You got I was listening to a basketball podcast the other day. Dudes were going off about the Knicks. Like, they're the greatest team in the world. Like, bro, these Knicks are ass. But of course, on their podcast, who did they have to mention? Who did they mention? They mentioned Trae Young. Like, Trae Young he's that big to y'all. Bruh, they're talking about getting to the playoffs and knowing that they might have to play the Sixers, knowing they might have to play the Bucks, but you don't want to play the team in Atlanta. And I'm like, bro, they still there talking about this shit for real. They
still talking. It's been 2 years.
And these are different podcasts. This is basketball. Just imagine like Eagle podcasters. They're sitting over there watching this shit like, we're finna smack the Packers. Watch this.
Yeah.
Cowboys podcast, the same thing. So for the Falcons, we're excited off these wins. We got to stay excited even though we lose sometimes, but the energy is always going to be there. But you see how we are as podcasters and content creators. We're 5-7.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to make the playoffs. We have a good shot of making the playoffs. And if we do, you're seeing different sides of us every game, every podcast. When we beat the Browns earlier this year, lit. Yeah. Came in here drunk, man. I thought the damn police was finna show up. Today, I ain't had one drink. Couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it. I was like, man, I need the Falcons to get a dominant win right here for me to go get a drink. I just couldn't watch it. Couldn't do it.
Yeah. I'm just glad I didn't spike the baby.
Sheesh. I would say this team has more fight than they had in a long time, which is good.
They got
and it's
fight.
True.
They got fight. It just beat ourselves. We beat ourselves, man. Yeah.
And from the losses you have, Bodie, and you know this, the Saints game, the Rams game, that stupid call in Tampa. Those are 3 losses you can take back right now.
Yeah.
And we'll be scot-free right now heading to the playoffs. And it's like, okay, we play the Steelers on Sunday.
Yeah,
so keep their ass.
Good. Yeah.
We're looking good. Versus now it's like, please go beat the Steelers. We got to get to the playoffs, man.
We got to win it. Yeah.
They're going to cuss us out.
And it's the truth. We don't win that, it's looking ugly. Because you can't keep on counting on them other teams to lose, too.
Yeah, that's another thing, too. I mean, we
got lucky this
with so
week.
much hope, but we're counting on other teams to lose.
We got lucky
today. We got lucky today. Bodie said it correctly. The Bucks losing right there in overtime. The Saints getting their ass kicked. The Panthers won. But then I was sitting there watching like, Russell Wilson finna lot. But Russell Wilson's so trash.
They are ass. Jesus.
I was like, this is the game for Russell to shine.
He is robbing them. Broncos country. Your ride broke down like fucking 10 weeks ago. That shit is ass.
Big Low. This season is huge building block for the future. Whether we win or lose, we're building character. God.
Absolutely.
That's a diehard fan. Yeah, Big Low Country Sports. If you're looking for good content too as well, Big Low Country Sports. Go check him out, man. He does a great job. Interception. Rogers just threw another one. God, fantasy owners are probably pissed.
You like 10 seconds ahead of me. Big Low, yeah, you're right. We're building a foundation. I like the foundation we're building. Like I said, the GM has done a great job. We've been making mid-season moves, like cutting the starting D tackle. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been maneuvering, just tinkering. We're doing a good thing. I like what we're doing. The coaching. I like Coach Smith. I don't care what anybody say. I like Coach Smith. He's a first or second year coach now. He's gonna make these mistakes, okay? Like how many coaches just come out the gate just winning? All right, like it just don't happen like that. Everybody ain't that one coach. What was the Eagles coach way back then? That first year he won the Super Bowl, or his first year coaching or whatever. It's just,
Peterson.
Yeah, Peterson. I believe. I could be wrong. Don't quote me. But it's a process. And then you see a team like us who wasn't supposed to make it anyway, and we making it. Like
still
we
have
got
a fighting chance. Yeah,
we got a chance, dog. So credit to the coaching staff, man. Hey, we shitting on their play calling today, but everybody can't get it right all the time. You know what I'm saying? We in there, okay? And I just want us to keep this hope alive. We're gonna be good. We're gonna be good, and we got a great future, bright future.
See, we can't get to next season at one time for the fan, but we have some important information to tell y'all coming up in the next few weeks. I don't know if we're gonna do it in January or what, but once everything gets settled and we know it's a go, then we'll go ahead and let y'all know what's going on. But next year, for one time for the fan, man, we're gonna be lit. because we're gonna go through the draft, off season moves, player performance, who's staying, who's going. It's gonna be so cool. And we're gonna have a lot of people that's gonna be joining us too as well over the period of time. Other content creators, other podcast hosts too as well, sports journalists, media. It's gonna be kind of cool. Help, might even get some Falcon players and Falcon family members in here too as well to chop it up with us and talk Falcons football. But one person that we're gonna get back on the show outside of Big Low Country Sports is Myles Garrett.
Oh yeah, and not
Myles Garrett
play for the Browns, all right?
Not the one that plays for the Browns, the one that's on Fox 5. We had him on the show a couple months ago. But Myles is yesterday's price seems to be not today's price. For those that watched the Falcons movie the other day, the Paramount movie, Fantasy Football, you saw Myles Garrett in the movie.
I didn't watch it, but I
gotta watch it for my kids. Yeah. Myles Garrett has a clip in the movie. And I'm sitting there watching it like, bruh, sent the tweet like, superstar status? Like, this is how we doing? You know, Myles is smooth with it, like, you know. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, shout out to Myles Garrett. We're gonna get Myles back on the show, man. He's in that new Falcons fantasy movie, fantasy football. So shout out to all the Falcon fans and everybody who's all part of that. And they filmed it at the stadium. And it's just good to see the Falcons get some Paramount recognition. So that's cool to see.
Some national notoriety, even though everybody shit on us, and they're not here, but you know.
And I don't want to spoil the movie, but it's one of the movies where you're sitting there watching, eating your popcorn, and you're like, remember Leonardo DiCaprio? Like,
that's it.
Oh, I know that place.
Yeah.
Hey, I was there that day. Who did we go for in free agency? We'll talk about that when the season's over with, because a lot of names, a lot of players, but you definitely want to look at your trenches.
Yeah, I was just going to say, we'll just name some positions. D-line. I mean, from the end to the middle, the tackle, the nose tackle. We'll glance at, secondary. That's obvious. We're going to look at some safeties and some corners. Linebacker, we should be pretty much okay. I think if we handle D-line and secondary, the linebackers will just flourish. So it's a heavy defense.
We're definitely going to get to it once the season ends. We did chime in on a little bit earlier this season, and we talked about your position groups. Remember, I went back to the board. We got to get the board up here. Your position groups. Yeah, Mariota, Ritter, your quarterbacks. If you decide to keep Mariota.
You need to get the clicker, bro. I'm tired of it. Get the clicker.
Up. Yeah, we're gonna step it up. One time for the fan 2023, we're gonna step it up.
Budget gonna be right.
Gotta hit up DJ Khaled.
Yeah, and your camera won't look so pixelated like you're in the Pac-Man.
Sheesh. So if you're going to the board, right, Sterling, look at your quarterbacks. Mariota, Ritter, right? So you don't need another quarterback, do you? So then you throw the quarterback out the picture. Look at your running backs. Damian's probably not going to be here. So you're going to have Cordell. You're going to have Tyler. You probably have to keep Huntley, because once Huntley hit the market, he's gone. Yeah. Because somebody's going to pick him up. And it's probably going to be a rival in the South. Probably going to be the Bucks.
But if Huntley get a bag and the Falcons can't oblige, I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with it. Yeah.
Shout out to Huntley, dog. Shout out to him.
So look at your running back group now. So if Avery stays at running back, you still have your 4 running backs. You're going to have, unless you say you do decide to keep Huntley, you're going to have Huntley, you're going to have Avery, you're going to have CP, you're going to have Algier. So you're going to bring in another running back? You're going to keep it at 5? So you're going to do draft one, free agency? Maybe you close the door on that. So now you close the door on quarterback, you close the door on running back. Now what do you go for? Your fullback, close the door on that, keep Smith good. Your tight ends, you got to find somebody outside the Pitts. You're not finding the person unless it's going to be Pruitt or it's going to be Fursker, which I don't think it will be. I think you're going to go find a more dynamic tight end who can do the same thing that Pitts can do, but just more of a blocking tight end too as well, and who can get down the field and get after it. If you can get another Hayden Hurst style tight end to go beside Pitts, I mean, Pruitt is doing a great job right now.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was just going to say Pruitt is showing his worth, and I already knew it was good.
And he's familiar with Arthur Smith too as well.
It's not a pressing need tight end, so I'm not really saying, they're looking, oh, we gotta. Nah, it's just whatever falls to us in tight end. So, but
Look at
we
your
have
tight
more
ends now.
pressing needs.
Look at your offensive line. Matthews is good. Lindstrom is good. What are you going to do on the other side with McGarry?
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you going to do about Wilkinson? Wilkinson came in to fill that other guard spot. He got injured.
He got hurt. He's an older guy. What are we going to do about center?
You're going to go look at your center, too, as well. Has Drew Dahlman lived up to your standards, Falcon fans?
Drew Dahlman's had some low snaps. I think we'll kick those tires.
Your backup center's playing swing guard, too, as well, before he got hurt.
There you go.
So look at your trenches as you go to the draft. You see, our draft show is going to be fucking off the chain. You ain't even. I'm telling you right now, it's getting ready to happen.
I have my notes, bro. I'm be looking like Mel Kiper.
I ain't finna give y'all some. Man, I ain't finna tell y'all what's about to happen. We already went over 20 minutes over the show, and once we're talking draft right now, we can do another 30 minutes. I don't give a damn. But I do know.
Apparently, Jack say when I'm on the show, we always extend it.
Because Bodie, you bring the funk, man. You bring that real life energy, man. It is Chase do too as well. But we love talking with Bodie when it comes to Falcons football, man. The professor. But you see with the position groups, we haven't even got the defense yet, and I'm already looking at holes in your offensive line, free agency or draft, wide receiver outside of Drake. Do you bring back Zacchaeus? Do you bring back Hodge? Do you bring back Bird? If not, who is your third, fourth, and fifth receiver? Yeah. If you're kicking the tires on Darby, then what? You kick the tires on Edwards, that didn't work. So now what? I'm looking at so many holes that you can either go on your free agency or your draft, but you got to fill for some positions, starting positions too as well. Because are you going to throw Caleb McGarry the bag this season?
Yeah.
Falcon fan, I can get into some deep shit. You want to get into some deep shit? You want to talk some Falcons football? I get into Falcons football with you. Who you going to plug beside Grady?
Yeah.
Who you going to put on the outside?
Very important.
You keeping Carter?
Very
you keeping Ogundeji? I think Ogundeji's out. I'm not keeping Ogundeji. So you want to talk some Falcons football? Wait till you see the draft shows. Wait till you see the off-season shows. We got a lot to talk about. But here on Falcons, on this podcast, we keep it real, man. But I see way more spots available for your free agency and your draft than what people see when they talk about quarterback. And where? We got some real spots to fill at the end of the season.
Real spots.
And I haven't even got to the defense yet. What are you going to do outside of that guard, that center, and that right tackle? You got to fill some positions that's not one-year deals. You got to start locking some guys in.
Oh, yeah.
Jake's going to be good. Lindstrom is good. What you doing with McGarry?
Yeah.
What you doing with Wilkinson?
The other guard position, yep.
Can't throw Wilkinson in the bag and he get injured again. It's $36 million down the drain. Or however it might be. I'm just joking.
Maybe we had Hennessy, right? Hennessy's hurt. Like, is he out? I don't know.
I haven't got the full report of Hennessy. We'll get some more this week. Chase will be back with the injury report.
Yeah, Chase got to come back from cutting afros, fake afros in the store. I don't know what the hell he got going on. Like, damn, you sitting here shaping up wigs. I don't get it.
Great show, Farrell. Let's take a look at Eric Ebron in free agency. Eric Ebron, he got some years under his belt,
but he's still nice. He played for Pittsburgh.
It would be a move, I must say. The name that I know about.
If the price is right, I wouldn't be opposed.
Price is right. It's a solid player, but I'm not Terry. I want to see all the names in the free agency before I start making. Next thing I would say, Eric Ebron, he's a free agent. We ain't gonna sign Eric Ebron. I can't do that. I will say he's a good player and it's somebody the Falcons should look at, but we want to see all the players that's hitting the free agency. And of course, with the draft too as well, because you saw what the Falcons did this year. As soon as the Super Bowl was over, they cut Fowler. He was out the door. So be prepared for the day after Super Bowl that something's going to shake.
Yeah.
Also, remember the Pro Bowl voting too as well is up. Please go vote for your Pro Bowls, your Pro Bowl players. Right now, I'm voting for Richie Grant. I'm voting for Rashard Evans. I'm voting for Grady Jarrett on defense. I'm voting for Cordell Patterson. And I'm voting for Drake London too as well.
They're changing it. It's not a game anymore. It's like some events or whatnot. They need to go back to what they did in the early 2000s, what they did, the quarterback skills challenges and stuff like that. Those were dope. But I digress.
Good to have Bodie back. One time for the family. We're going to wrap it up. Wednesday, we are back. Talking Falcons football. We're going to talk what it takes to beat the Steelers, the keys to beat the Steelers. Update on injury report, depth chart, so much more information. Pay attention to the sleepers we have. The ones that played vital times in preseason and shine, but haven't played yet. Burke?
Oh, yeah, we're grooming him. Burke should be good money. We're grooming Burkhart. Got to get Grady in there.
Got to.
If you don't make it, it's a travesty. That's Grady been balling.
Well, until the Falcons, are out of it, I always say can't play the Pro Bowl when you go into the Super Bowl. So
it is.
Falcons still have a shot. Falcons until they say the Falcons are eliminated.
Until they say we ain't there.
About what players need to be going to the Pro Bowl, but I did, start getting my votes in. Got to get ready for that. Shout out, Bodie.
Yeah, man.
What are we doing?
Shout out to the effort. I mean, like Big Low said earlier, that stop, it set us up to try to win the game despite what happened after that. They put in the effort. It's close, just not close enough. Though we got to seal those games up early because this behind. We've been playing from behind and catch up all year. And
stop that.
We got to start trying to step on folks' necks. We got to start jumping out on folks. You know what I'm saying? I think we whooped one team's ass this year, and that was the 49ers at home. Out of how many games we done play now? 12, something like that. So 11. But yeah, shout out to the Falcons for the effort. We just gotta capitalize. We gotta close. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Appreciate y'all coming, sitting, chilling with us tonight, man. Yeah, sitting here crying with us. Talking about because I was pretty upset. It just hurt me more than anything. I was, damn it. Shout out to Jack. I told him to trim that stuff off his beard. I don't know what just shape it up a little bit. Right now, it's just out there. Nah, man. Shout out to the everybody, man. Shout out to if you watch the show later, shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Big Low, he in the chat. Let's see, I think he always have a show on Sunday. I'm gonna check him out too. Yeah, y'all go check out Big Low. Go check out everybody who's talking positive about the Falcons. Positive.
Falcon fans, we're back on Wednesday, 8 p.m. Come talk Falcons football with us. We're almost at 250 subscribers. So if you're new here, hit that like button, hit that share button, go to YouTube. One time for the fan on YouTube. We got our @ now. You can @ one time for the fan on YouTube, I guess. That's how you do it. That's how the
it's an @ on you. Oh, that's what it is now.
That's how you do it now. You get your own
that's okay.
Personalized, you know what I mean? Custom made.
Trying to come up.
One time for the fan. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. Shout out to all the fans in the chat. We love talking Falcons football. We love talking with the fans too as well. Man. Because we're diehard fans. Brother. And we ain't the fans that's like, don't go to games. Like we go to pretty much all the games. Season ticket holder, PSL holder. At all the away games, you'll see me in pretty much everywhere.
And like I said, I get passionate, I get upset, I get all the emotions come out because I'm just a fan, bro. That's what you do as a fan. You want your team to do best. So I'm gonna get pissed off. There was a lot of cussing and fussing today. I tell you that it was, but I'm back.
We're good. Falcon fans, shout out to y'all. We'll see y'all on Wednesday. One time for the fan, 8 p.m. We're talking Falcons football. We always love talking Falcons football. Let's talk about how we can beat Pittsburgh. Let's move on from the loss and get ready for another win.
Let's get it.
So to Chase, to Bodie, everybody from One Time for the Fan, everybody in the chat. We'll see y'all on Wednesday. One time for the Atlanta Falcons. One time for Bodie. One time for the crew. One time for the team. And, of course, one time for everybody who supports.
Exactly.
One time. He's running. He's running. He's down. He's down.
One time for that weed and feed Boo Man got to put out in the yard. One time for the Chase trying to roll up the turf at the stadium.
Sheesh. Gotta get ready for Saturday and Sunday, Chase. Shout out to them dogs. We'll see y'all Saturday too as well.
Shout out to them dogs.
For that Georgia
yes,
game.
Sir, Big Low. Hold it down. We out here.
How about them dogs? One time for everybody over there with the Atlanta Falcons, y'all. We'll see y'all on Wednesday. Yeah. God, hit him with another one.
He had a double whammy. Oh, we out.